Yeah, exactly.
They were all over them. And there was no women, it was all guys. There was like 25.
Remind me to show you the picture, though, she said.
You didn't mention.
No, she's.
Mixing it up.
There's a protest at City Hall at noon, but they walked down to Independence Hall at 1. If anybody's interested.
Wow, that came down quick. The Philly hat comes off, everyone's like, here he goes. He took his hat off, it's time. What's going on? Anything you don't want to mess with tonight? Posture, body parts? Core? We did a kill with core yesterday.
Everything is
Who was here yesterday? Yeah, that was a fire in the class. That's fine. Twist? Okay. What was it, core, twist, was there a level I missed?
I just said twist also.
Twist, okay. Core and twist, okay. I got this bad knee, so if you see me sitting in this weird position, I gotta keep my leg a little more neutral, so I'll kind of be sitting like this, but, Trina will be here demoing, so that will be okay on the demo side, but you see me moving a little bit weird, I gotta kind of, keep this thing safe a little bit. So, Sarah and I were talking downstairs about hand placement, and I said I'd come up and talk about it a little bit more. So, for me, most of the time, the themes that I set you all up with in class tend to be physical. Right? I don't really get into the, some of those other themes of mixing in different I go to the body. That's my thing, right? So how does the body gonna move? So today, when we talk about hands, they're gonna be important. I've been working like down dog holds with y'all, right? Like we did our plank holds back in the day. I've been working the downward dog holds. But it's really important that when you're gonna root down into something that's gonna be in alignment, it's gonna be optimal, so it becomes efficient, right? You all know I say all the time, like, this shit is gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, it's gonna be a challenge. That's part of the game, right? But we wanna set ourselves up for success, so that when we start to move through, right, things that we can hold on to, we can build on. Things that crumble, we have to rebuild, right? And then we can go again. So your hands are gonna be one of those spots. When you place your hand, ergonomically, you were born, your hand is like this, okay? But we're asking our hand to do this. So we gotta get the dexterity in this knuckle here, right? We have to teach ourselves to do this. So I always think of it like, it reminds me of a spider, right? Like the legs and the body here. That's just what the hand placement reminds me of. But the idea is that you're bearing weight here in your fingertips and in these main knuckle pads right here. Your heel of your hand should be light. You could even lift the heels of the hands up and work in ridge tops, right? This would be the practice. Now the idea is that when you place your hand down, you want your pointer finger straight forward or turned out a little bit. This is the misalignment. So we set ourselves up here, and now I want to rip my finger like back, like I'm clawing into the mat. And when I do that, I create an arch, right? And what's the job of an arch? It's going to dissipate weight on each end. So you're going to dissipate the weight here and at the knuckle pad. What happens when the pointer finger comes up? Where's the arch go? Here. So now we start dissipating weight in the back of that hand and into the wrist, and it starts to feel crappy, right? So we want to get not just that pull in, but some of us might even need to bring a little intention to this point, like the thumb and the pointer finger side of the hand. And I'll cue this as we're starting to get like into practice, but that's going to be the idea. Then as you pull your hands back, you're going to set these roots, right? Then we're going to be able to hold ourselves up for a minute in downward dog. Right? If we're like this is not going to happen. So play with that. You can lift up the heel of your hand, like if you had my mat, right? This was my mat. I'd put like, maybe I'd roll the mat over once and I'd put the heel of my hands up on the mat. And that's going to drive me down into those knuckle pads. The wedge, right? I have the wedges downstairs. The wedge is going to lift you up to do the same thing. Right? So we'll play with that today. Once we kind of get in all fours, we'll do a little ridge topping together and kind of feel where it's at. In the feet, right, we're going to work from our heel. Your heel bone, your calcaneus, is the size that it is because it's meant to dissipate weight. All the other bones in your foot are the size that they are because they're meant to spring, right, and be able to move. So when you go down onto your feet, you want to root into the heel, and you want to spread your foot out. When you walk, what happens is you hit the front of your heel, the outer edge of your foot roots, and the toes spread, and you spring off into the ball of your foot. Right? That's how the action of our foot is. So we want to set this up the same way. I push my heel down, I spread out into that pinky toe mound, and then I push that big toe mound down. That's going to help me keep my arch. What happens if I push my big toe mound down first? I'm going to collapse the arch. We already know for most of us that's going to be an issue, so why do we want to reinforce that? We don't. We want to go back to the other side, right? So think about that when you place your foot. Now we got these roots, right, and these placements that we're going to be able to build off of. Because if we're not solid down here, right, how are we going to do shit like this? We're not, right? It's just going to crumble. So that'll be our play today. Let's see if we can't set some of those roots, hold some of those foundations, right, and just build. We ready? Take a nice seat, close your eyes. Sit up tall. Yoga is mindful. Right? And I talk about this all the time. We're not going to do as many reps as possible today. That's not our focus when we're doing yoga. Our focus is do these poses in an optimal position. What's going to help us feel better when we leave than when we came? That's like the main goal of yoga. Leave feeling better than when you came. We're going to work with our breath. And what's that one thing that's going to hold us into this moment? Your breath. It's easy to wander. Come here to the breath. Listen to yourself breathe. Feel what happens in the breath. The inhale, the chest is going to expand. The belly's going to come out. You don't feel your diaphragm, but it would drop. On the exhale, your belly's going to draw in. Your diaphragm would rise. Your ribs would compress. You push that air out. Now, we don't have to think about our breath, but when we do, we can tap into it a little bit deeper, right? So your breath is going to happen subconsciously, but we want to make it conscious. So maybe we're going to, from listening to ourselves breathe, we're going to slow down the beginning of the inhale, and we're going to push a little more on the end of the exhale. We're going to count out the breath, and the inhale will be 2 or 3 seconds. You're going to make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. So it creates balance, a balanced action. Maybe we find Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is where the air rebounds off the back of the throat. We hold it close to us. Remember, we want to hold on to these things. The closer we hold them, the more we're going to be able to settle into that space and then build. Ujjayi breath, if you're not sure what it is, it's kind of like fogging a mirror. So I'll do it a little loud so you all can hear, but it would be like, so I'm pushing the air off the back of the throat. Feel the breath turn to movement. On the next inhale, let the arms lift. Now bring the fingertips to push together. Now bring those main knuckle pads, push them together. You're going to feel that there's a little arch between your fingers. We want that. Let the heels of the hands just lightly touch. And as you push your hands together, push strong underneath the fingertips. Push strong into those knuckle pads, but just let the heels of the hands settle into one another. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together the sound of all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out in puppy dog. So puppy dog, hips on top of the knees version. Sometimes you do puppy dog like sit bones to the heels. Right? I like this more like a little less weight bearing downward dog. So keep those knees stacked up on top of the hips. Curl your toes here. Yeah. Now in the upper body, just like we talked about, look forward, your arms are going to be overhead. Make sure your hands are shoulders width apart or a little bit wider. We don't want to be any narrower because we're going to lose the power. The pointer finger is straight forward or turned out a little bit. The fingers are spread. Claw into the mat. So pull your fingertips back towards your hand and feel the fingertips root. Feel the knuckle pads root. Let the forearms start to lift up off the mat. Let the inner biceps lift up off the mat. When you lift your inner biceps, it's going to make your shoulders move out away from your neck. So you're getting broad in your chest and your upper back. Slide your forehead off the mat if it's there. So activate the muscles in the back of the neck. Activate the muscles in the upper back, your thoracic spine. Pull your belly to your spine. Pull your shutters closed. Shutters are the bottom of your ribs. You're going to close those shutters. Yeah. Now, as you keep the arms lifting up, as you keep the head and the throat sliding towards the ceiling, soften the chest down towards the mat, and you feel that nice opener up the side bodies, the arms, the chest, those lats. Then as you look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread that left hand underneath with the palm up. So we'll take a twist. Now twists are above the waist. So we don't want the left hip to drop on us. So how are we going to hold that? We're going to push down into our left knee, and we're going to pull that energy up into the left hip. And we're going to hold it in the hip. Then the next inhale, breathe forward. You're going to peel your spine out of your waist. You're going to get tall. Now start to maybe curl, like twist a little deeper. Look up towards the ceiling. You could even take that right elbow to the sky. It'll help open up that space, and you could peek under a little bit more. Yeah, if you want to reach up to the sky, go for it. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. When you're ready, TP the fingers on that left hand. Thread the right hand underneath with the palm up. Now this time, the right hip, the misalignment is going to be that the right hip wants to drop under. So we're going to push into our right knee and pull the energy into that hip and hold it there. Then we're going to breathe forward through the spine, and then we're going to twist open a little bit deeper. Maybe take the left elbow to the sky. It's going to open up that space, and you peek a little further. If you're going to extend that arm, feel free. And then inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. So if you weren't sure, here's your shutters. Shutters want to blow open. Close the shutters. It's going to engage the upper abdominal wall. We want that. Now, here in low mountain, okay, this is a pose. We're not waiting for what I'm going to say next. It's on right now, right? So you're hugging. An isometric engagement is squeezing muscle to bone without movement, right? An engagement without movement. So if I try to move Trina, nowhere. Look how solid this is. Everything is hugging in. Now breathe. Then when you're ready, oscillating cat-cows. So you're going to take the hips up, back, and around. You could even look up. Then you're going to take them forward, under, and around. So we take them up, back, and around, and then forward, under, and around. If you're new to this pose, we're going to go 5 one way and then 5 the other. If you're new to this pose and the head is throwing you off a little bit, work the hips. I'm really doing this for like this lumbar spine and to get the spine to start to move in different directions. So play with what feels the best to you. If you can work the upper body, go for it. Then after your 5 one way, come to neutral, and we'll go 5 side 2. So taking those vertebrae through all their ranges of motion now. Keep your pace, it's gonna be with your breath. So if you're inhale, it's gonna be 2 seconds, right? So how long it's gonna take for us to them? Backing around, exhale to go forward, on whatever the case is, stay with the breath. When you've worked both sides, we'll meet back in all fours, low mountain. Take a breath here. Step back to plank. Your shoulders should be on top of your wrist crease. And you should be in dorsiflexion, which means your toes are closer to your shins. You're reaching your heels behind you. Now, bear the weight into those fingertips and those knuckle pads. You starting to feel that a little bit? Exhale, lower your knees. Bring the heels of your hands up. Yeah, this is called ridge tops. Now, if you feel comfortable here, step back to plank. You feel where it's bearing the weight down into those fingertips and those knuckle pads. That's where we want the weight to be. Lower the knees one more time. Yep. Now, if you want to put the heels of the hands down, go for it. If you want to stay in those ridge tops, stay there. And then step back to plank again. And when you're ready, push back to downward dog. So there's that idea of ridge tops and how that feels, right? Elizabeth's in the back. She's a teacher here. She does the sound bowls, you always say. If you watch her practice, she practices in ridge tops. She'll do handstand in ridge tops, right? That's pretty intense. But you want to teach yourself these things, right? This might be day one that you're learning this. So is this going to be, a little tough? Of course it is. But you're going to feel what's happening. Does this bring out a better pose? Does it make my wrist feel better? Right? That's what it's trying to do. Now, in the first downward dog, bend the knees, soften up the dog a little bit. Keep those arms lifting up. So forearms lift up, inner biceps lift up. Now slide the throat, the back of your neck, towards where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Yet don't let your chin hang to the midline, because that's going to throw your upper back off. Belly and shutters closed, charge the legs. Yeah. And then if you want to reach the heels down to the floor to straighten the legs, go for it. If you want to keep the knees bent, stay there. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Keep going, we'll do 5. So now we'll work, do the hips a little more dynamically. Do the shoulders a little more dynamically. In the hips, your hips in flexion in downward dog and extension in plank. So we're working back and forth. I think this is your 5th one, but whenever your 5th one comes up, you come forward to plank, let the exhale lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. So as we hold this for the 3 breaths, right, it's to overactivate that upper back, right? Peel the chest. After your 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now in downward dog, if it feels good to keep your knees bent, keep your knees bent. If it feels good to straighten your legs, straighten your legs. It's going to be your choice, whatever feels good to you. Push your right hand down and forward. Yep, take the left hand to the outside of that right calf or shin. There's the twist in downward dog. Keep pushing that right hand down and forward. Inhale, unwind. Now when you place that left hand, place it with care, right? You got to set that foundation. Push the hand down and forward. It'll take the weight back. Then let the right hand go to the outside of that left calf or shin, or whatever your side tooth is. Inhale, unwind. Place that hand down. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. 3 nice breaths. As the shoulders squeeze back, scapular retraction, right? Scapular depression, you take them down. Then after the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Don't let your chin fall to the midline, right? Keep sliding the back of your throat to the front of the room. Stay with the belly, stay with the shutters. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Nice and high on your fingertips and your blocks. Get that spine neutral, right? Here's neutral spine. What are we trying to get rid of? This. That rounding back, foam back, right? We don't need to reinforce that energy right now. Let's reinforce this neutral space like Tadasana. Now, feet are hips width apart. Front toes are facing 12 o'clock, right? So are the back toes, but the common tendency here is that the heel wants to fall in. So you're gonna sweep that heel out a little bit so it points straight up to the sky. Keep pushing down. Keep hugging your front heel back and your back toes forward. Keep hugging your shins into the midline. Starting to pull that energy up the legs into the hips. Pull your pelvic floor up, that's root chakra, belly, shudders, heart, throat. Gaze is out in front of your mat, reach through the crown of the head. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, wall crescent. Then into that lead knee, if it moves back on you, you want it to stack right on top of your ankle, and you want it to track right in line with your second toe. Square that left hip forward a little bit. Pull back up from that pelvic floor. Yeah, maybe start to curl back into pose, one more breath. Exhale the hands down to the floor, keep the left hand down, draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up for the twist. Remember the twist above the waist thing? So you don't want that left hip to drop on you. So keep that left thigh lifting up strong. Soften that right side down. Try to get it parallel with the floor. Yup, now reach the heel back behind you. Now reach the crown of the head forward. Now open the right side of the chest. Maybe look up your arm. Inhale, come back to center. Step back, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Work through one vinyasa. Beautiful. Stay with your breath. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing? If it's 2 seconds to inhale, 2 seconds to come to plank. 2 seconds to exhale, 2 seconds to lower chaturanga. Inhale, right? 2 seconds, cobra. Maybe cobra, whatever you're playing with. That's the tempo. And the tempo is being set by your breath. Now when we link up some postures, our heart rate's gonna come up, our breath is gonna come up, our pace is gonna come up. But right now, we're still pretty slow. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Hug that knee to the chest as you step it through. Now we talked about the power, right? There's lots of power pushing down and hugging in. Then once you get all that, right, you want to reach your heel back behind you so you extend back out. Your front knee, you want to reach forward. So you pull your front heel back to you, think a seesaw, right? If I pull back, tib and fib, the bones in your low leg, if they're going back on the bottom, it means the top, they're going forward. So that's how we can start to open up this left hip crease, right? By making some organic expansion in there. Now, keep pushing down. Keep hugging in. And when you're ready, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. Crescent's going to keep that back heel nice and straight, so it's going to keep the back nice and neutral here. We want that. Pull from that pelvic floor, from root to crown, even beyond crown. Reach up through your thumbs. Yep. Then if you want to curl back in that pose that little bit, go for it. It feels good to stay up straight, stay up straight. Feels better to curl back, curl back. One more breath. Exhale the hands down, the right hand stays down. The left elbow draws back. Maybe we reach up to the sky. Keep that right hip from dropping down. Soften the left side down. It's going to be way easier to soften that left side to balance out the hips. Now, reach back, reach forward. And as you open the left side of that chest, right, you got tall there, go a little deeper into that twist. Maybe look up and play with the balance. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand, push, step back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Yep, that's the pace. It's easy to go fast, right? I tell you all the time, I think that's one of the harder challenges in yoga, is actually moving with your breath, keeping it slow. We want to rush through shit, right? It's pretty common. But we miss out on so much. Keep it slow. 2 seconds in yoga is a long time. 2 seconds of life goes by, right? But not in yoga. There's a lot of shit we can do in 2 seconds. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take reach. Charge those legs up. Pull your belly in. Take your sit bones down. Now the low back's nice and safe. Reach up through the thumbs. Now if you want to stay up straight, stay up straight. If you want to curl back a little bit, curl back a little bit. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Before you pull your shoulders back, take a nice big breath here. Fill the ribs. Yep. Now draw those shoulders back. You want to take your hands away from your back a little bit to bring it up the arms, go for it. Whatever feels good to you. Exhale, release. Swing the arms up. Bring that right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. I do this one with y'all. I do this in almost every class. I do this for this lat right here. These are big muscles. They're powerful. And attached to your humerus, right? This is a lat pull down. When do we do this action? No. Downward dog to plank, right? Boom. We do that a lot. So we want to try to open this up a little bit. This will really get, this is one of the restrictors to your arms truly going overhead. Then exhale, release, inhale the arms up, swap sides up. If you need to, lean forward that little bit. We don't want this, right? We don't want this. So lean forward, and then as you push your head back into your forearm, you could use that to start to stand up a little taller, a little easier. Yeah. And then draw the fingers up, intensify that stretch a little bit. Exhale, release, inhale the arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. So balance the weight here. We want the weight, remember, from your heel out into the ball of your foot. Now, side to side is going to be inner and outer edge. For almost all of us, our arches are going to want to collapse. So we're going to pull the inner arches up, and we might bring a little weight to the pinky toe side of the foot. But there's going to be a visual. The middle of your ankle will be in line with your second toe. You'll see when your arch collapses, it lines up more with like the inside of your big toe. Now pull the energy up the legs. So you're going to sweep the heels out. You're going to hug the shins in. You're going to pull your kneecaps to your waist. You're going to pull your heels to your butt. Lots of power in the legs. Look forward. Climb the spine up out of the waist. Now go ahead and fold into the boat a little deeper. Yeah. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. Yeah, you ready? Chair pose. Sit back, Utkatasana. I take requests. Butt goes back first. It's hip hinge, right? Hip flexion before knee flexion. So you want to shoot your butt back like this. Now pull your belly in. Your sit bones are gently reaching to your heels, not towards the ceiling. Take your right hand across the body, bring it to the outside of that left thigh. You know we're going for this whole thing, right? So stay with the breath. You want to extend the arms outside the right hand to the outside of the left foot, left hand to the sky. Inhale, come back to center, sit back deep. Take a breath. Take that left hand across the body, bring it to the outside of the thigh. Push the hands together. Yeah, now you can rotate open deeper. Extend the arms if you want to. Inhale, come back to center. Stay with this, y'all. Sit back nice and deep, one more breath. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. A way to help climb your spine is if you take your fingers as you look forward, drag them back towards your toes. It'll feel like your spine pulls up out of your waist, so you made space. Now go ahead and fold into that space. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Twist here in that forward fold. So your left hand can be fingertips, block, hip, reach into the sky, right? Where do you want to play with it at? Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. When you're ready, swap sides in. Keep the weight balanced here. Don't let the hips go back. Don't let them come forward. Keep them stacked up. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So flow through a little bit. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing. Keep it slow here. Stay with your breath. Nice, group. After your 3, we'll meet back in downward dog. Yes, beautiful group. From downward dog, reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge, spin the back heel, come up warrior two. So we want to be on a balance beam. The balance beam means our front heel is in line with our back arch. So if we drew a line down our mat, we're going to have that set up. Front toes are facing 12 o'clock, straight forward. Back toes, if 9 o'clock was over here, you're just in front of 9. So you're parallel, a little more from parallel with the back of the mat. Now fire up those legs, push down. Now hug in, so rip your front heel back and your back arch forward. Pull that up the legs. Pull it through the upper trunk. Yep. Now as you go right sit bone, down to this right heel, this knee's gonna widen out. If you sweep your heel towards the wall with the window and the door, the knee's gonna start peeling out. Take the palm up, come back into that reverse warrior. Yeah. Don't let that left hip pop forward. Take this back, way back. Keep going until it creases up your hip. One more breath. Inhale, come back up to that warrior two. Take that one breath. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move to one vinyasa. Remember, why do we hold the poses? So we can put ourselves time under tension, right? The longer you squeeze those muscles to bone, that's the time under tension, the stronger you get. From downward dog, reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin that back heel. Come up here, Vajrasana 2, warrior 2, side 2. The whole time, right, you're not waiting for me to be like, exhale your hands down to the floor, right? You're trying to move the pose. Little bits and pieces with every breath. So the inhale is gonna push down, it's gonna hug in, right? You're gonna pull the power in. Then the exhale is gonna be the freedom. So maybe you reach out of your back hand and your front. Warrior 2 is not a lot of chill. The chill is look over your, right down your middle finger. Yeah, soften your face. That's about it, right? Some powerful warrior pose. Settle into it. Yeah. Now take the palm up, and remember the 2 or 3 seconds? That's how long it takes to slide back into that reverse warrior. Because the faster we go, the more we're gonna lose or unwind. You worked real hard for this shit. You're not trying to just give it up. Right? You wanna build on it now. So take a big breath on the left side of the ribs to the front of the room. You're gonna expand the ribs. Now curl back and get that peel to go even deeper. Yep. Inhale, come back up to that warrior 2. Take the breath. When you're ready, spin the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up. Downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Take a little break. Grab a drink, wipe your face off. Child's pose. I'm working over there right now. I was just deciding. I was like, what's that temperature? You want me to turn the air on for a movement? I don't know why I'm asking. It's going to be 50-50. I'm just going to make a decision. Better, right? No. So I'll just do it. We'll leave it on for a couple minutes. And I'll turn it back on.
I don't know, it's just been like that.
Oh, shoot.
If you missed that little drill, so that's where the heat up.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn the air on.
Should I do that if it stops?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why that came up.
Okay.
Thank you.
It could have been playing.
Yeah.
All right, inhale, come up, exhale,
No one
hands
was
down on all
complete.
fours. Turn the hands out while we're here. We get that little forearm stretch we do into the chest a little bit. So it doesn't matter if your hands are out to the side or your fingers are facing back to your legs. We just want to be in external rotation here, so we're turning out. Yep. Now, look up at Trina. Look at this. How's she getting this? Belly button to spine, shutters closed. What wants to happen? It wants to happen to her, just like it wants to happen to everybody. That. But we don't want to reinforce that shit, right? That's one of our misalignments, anterior pelvic tilt. So pull that belly in and feel that core. Now, inhale, unwind, sit back on your heels, give those wrists a little spin. This is a fascia line, called front arm line. forearm, bicep, pec. This stuff, right? All together. When you're ready, inhale, come up, exhale, hands down, all fours, take a breath. And then when you're ready, step back to plank. And downward dog. Keep the hands down, swivel to the outside of the right foot, inside of the left. Peel open that left side body. Yep, keep your hands down. Yep. Inhale, come back to center, swivel to the outside of the left, inside of the right. Now you feel that right side body peeling. You feel the left side body engaging. Inhale, come back to center, work through one vinyasa. Moving back in downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up. Utthita Parasvanasana. Extended side. Bend arm to bend knee. Balance knee. Right? We're on that balance knee again. If you're having like trouble getting that left thigh to root back, you want to like literally stick your butt back and root this thigh. Then start to climb that elbow to the knee. You're going to go hand down to the block of the floor, feel free. But what we're trying to do here is to open the inside of that right thigh. So just like before, we want to go right sit bone towards right heel. We'll feel the knee start to go out to the bricks. Or sweep your heel towards the wall over here, and the knee will start to open out. Yep. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters closed. Have your bicep right here along your cheek. Yep. Now maybe start to rotate open so the top of the ribs go back, the bottom of the ribs go forward. Push it to that front heel. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. Take a breath. Push the front leg straight. Get nice and tall here. Feel those side bodies open. When you're ready, hinge to the right side of the hip. Trikonasana. Triangle. Pull the belly in, pull those shutters closed. I say that shit every single notice, right? Because that's where we need to like get into that core. Maybe rotate open. Exhale the left hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. Half step in or kick up. Ardha Chandrasana. Half move close. Here's the balance. Now, keep reaching your left heel back to the wall behind you so your right heel stays heavy. You should be able to move your toes on your right foot, but not the heel or the ball of the foot. Keep lengthening the sit bone to the heel, so your junk and your chest are facing this wall over here. Maybe reach up, maybe look up. Now, scissor your legs, float back like standing triangle. Yup, take a breath. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor, spin the back heel up, downward dog. Was that a lot? Shit, yeah, it was a lot. What do I always tell you? It was meant to be hard, right? Let it be hard. It's a hard, challenging moment. Don't panic, right? Stay with your breath. Y'all are strong. Stay with your breath. Set your foundation, engage, and express the best that you can. Reach the left leg straight back. Second root lunge. Spin the back heel, come up. Bend arm to bend knee, part of the side too. To me, this is the best part of this, man. This is the edge, right? That's what we're trying to get. I've been telling you over the past few weeks, plateauing doesn't get you anywhere, right? You want to keep climbing and climbing, right? The whole way. Now, just take a couple breaths, set up where you're at. Yeah, we want that bicep nice and tight. Yeah, so like if you look up, you're looking right into your arm. If the hand's going to go down to the block or the floor, inside the foot's going to be a little more accessible, a little more therapeutic. Behind the foot's going to be a little more challenging. It's not a right or wrong. We're going to rotate open. The belly's in. The shutters are closed. We start to rotate. Yes. Now, settle in the pose. Soften your face. Feel your breath. Yep. Push it to your front heel. Inhale, come up to that warrior two. Take a breath here. Straighten that front leg. Breathe to get nice and tall. You want to clear up out of the hip here. And then hinge to the left side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block of the floor. Again, inside the foot, outside the foot, whatever feels good to you. This time the arm straight up to the sky. Yep, spread your fingers. Yeah, when we activate those muscles, it's going to be a lot easier to control here. If you're going to rotate open, go ahead and rotate open. Keep your right ear lifted up to the the ceiling though, so your head doesn't fall to the floor. Now here we go, Ardha Chandrasana. The right hand goes to the hip, the left knee bends. If you need more balance, drag that right foot along the mat as you kick up. And what was a little cue? We want to reach our right heel to the wall behind us so we feel our left heel get real heavy. Then we're going to start lengthening the left sit bone towards the left heel and peeling open. We're going to take the sides of the ribs back. We're going to maybe look up that arm. Yes, one more breath. Now scissor your legs together, float back to that standing triangle. Yep, take the breath, bend into the lead knee warrior two. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds, don't rush. Spin the hands down to the floor, spin the back heel up, downward dog, move to one vinyasa. Awesome, beautiful. When you get back to downward dog, take a breath, and then exhale, lower your knees, hero's pose. See, it all balances out, right? There's going to be times where we're going to push the edge, we're going to really challenge ourselves. But there's going to be times we're going to root, right? We're going to chill a little bit. That's the game. All right, we're going to do this with the twist. So in hero's pose, the space between our knees will be different, but we'll all have the outsides of our shins parallel with the sides of your mat. Spread your toes. You might even want to unsickle your feet, so like turn them out a little bit. You're going to feel like your butt's going to lower the floor a little when you do that too. Now keep pushing down and keep hugging in. Now because we're going to take the twist, we're going to take our left hand behind us and our right hand to the outside of the thigh. Yep, and we're going to take the twist here. Nice and tall. So on the inhale, root down and breathe up. Yep. Then when you twist into the exhale, there's going to be space for you to move into. If we don't make any space, right, where are we going to twist into? And then inhale, come back to center, pause, and then swap the hand. Whatever your side 2 is, outside of the thigh with the left hand, right hand behind, makes like a kickstand. Take that right shoulder back. The right shoulder's trying to do this on you, misalignment. So we got to go this way. Shoulder back. Any issues like in your neck, just keep your head in line with your chest. You want to peek over the shoulder, you certainly can. Inhale, come back to center. Take your hands behind you. Now, in quad stretch, our first one, we've opened up some of these other muscles, but this might be a challenge for some of us. So you're already there. We're taking the hip from flexion to extension, but some of you are going to want to lay back. Okay, so if you want to lay back, here's the trick. Inhale, you're going to breathe up out of your waist. Then exhale, you're going to go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling, or like sit bones to the backs of your knees. You're going to neutralize your pelvis. You're going to puff up your lumbar spine. You're going to be able to lay back a little bit. You're going to do that again. Inhale, breathe up out of your waist. Exhale, go belly to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees. Yeah, maybe go back a little bit further. Keep hugging those knees in though. They're going to try to splay out. Keep hugging them in. Adduction. Yeah. One more breath. Wherever you feel like the pose needs to go. When you're ready, inhale, come up tall. Exhale the hands down to the floor. And then you're just going to reach your one leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Take a couple breaths. You're going to lower that down, take the left leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Or whatever your side 2 is. Lower it down. From all fours, take a breath, step back to plank, back to downward dog. All right, here we go. So the way to get the downward dog hold is to get the weight in the legs. Your legs are going to be able to hold this. Your arm's going to be a little more of a challenge. So you want to push your hands down and forward, take your chest back towards your toenails. Yeah, that's getting the weight back. If you still need to get back more, bend your knees a little bit. It's going to help you then as you take the chest to the toenails to help you go a little bit further. Don't let your chin hang, because if we lose the neck, the cervical spine, we're losing the thoracic spine, that middle upper back. Stay with your belly, stay with your shudders. Keep your heels sweeping out away from each other. Keep hugging your shins into the midline. Keep your kneecaps pulling to your waist. Keep your heels pulling to your butt. Breathe. Keep pushing down. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Shoulders are on top of wrist crease. Don't collapse in your upper back. Yeah, we don't want to soften between our shoulder blades here. There's no softening in a plank. There's nothing soft about a plank, right? It's a powerful pose. Keep pushing down. Yeah. Work the legs. Keep the hips up. Don't let your chin fall to the floor. Stay with your breath. Keep breathing, y'all. This is one of those moments, right? Don't think it's going to be easy. It's not. Knees count. Keep breathing. Keep pushing down. Keep those hips up. Yes. Yeah. Keep breathing. I didn't forget about you. We're at about 10 seconds right now. Keep pushing down. Hug those forearms and squeeze those biceps. Keep those legs firing. And when you're ready, beautiful crew, slowly lower to your bellies. Take your hands underneath your head. Turn your head to one side. You can do some butt wiggles or some reverse windshield wipers. Awesome. How's firing? That was 60 seconds on that downward dog and 60 seconds on that plank. We've never done that one yet. And then inhale your head back to center, swap the hands, turn your head to the other side, take a few more breaths. Like we just talked about, right? There's always going to be balance. Now we're going to hit the floor. We're going to bring it all back again. We're going to rebuild. We're going to do something else. And then come to neutral. Take your right hand underneath your chest, bend your left knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot or your strap. We'll take the quad stretch and we'll hit the floor here again for a few more breaths. Now before you pull your heel to your sit bone, pull your belly button to your spine and push your junk into the yoga mat. That's going to neutralize the pelvis. Now draw the heel to the sit bone. If we pull the heel first, it's going to pull the pelvis out of alignment. So we're going to neutralize the pelvis first, right? Then we'll start to intensify the quad stretch. The quad stretch is the extension, the last part of the pose, right? It goes breath, foundation, engagement, extension. Extensions, twist, bend, fold, reach, whatever it might be. Watch the going as you release. Swap side kick. Keep hugging your knees in so you're adducting. Adduction is where you're hugging into the center. Abduction, A-D, is where you move out, away from the hip, right? We're doing add, we're hugging in. I always think Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man, right? You're adding to your score. Walk back, walk, right? That's how I always think adduction and abduction. Yeah, Chris, but you're thinking about it, right? You know what? Damn right, it is right. It's adding to the score. And watch the boy as you release. All right, place the hands middle of the chest. Nipple line. Take your shoulders back. Curl your toes. Charge your legs up. When you're ready, push up the chaturanga and take a full round of breath. Yeah, now push up the plank. Take a full round of breath. Now push back to downward dog. Take a few breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, work through one vinyasa. So start to rev up the engine a little more. Get it going again. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. So if pigeon up this way is a little too much in your knees or your hips, and supine pigeon is going to be your flavor, you're always welcome to do supine pigeon. Here, we're going to take our right knee wide to the right edge of your mat. So it should be like all the way to the edge of your mat. Your left knee will be in line with your left hip. Push out of your big toe mount on that right foot and pull the pinky toe side of the foot back. Pull the energy up the leg, like you're hugging the shins in even though your shins aren't near each other. Pull your pelvic floor up, pull your belly in. Pull your shutters closed. That's where you get the lift of the spine. I know a lot of you like to fold, so we want to lift first. Yep. Now, when you feel like you got that lift, go ahead and fold it. Remember, fold and collapse have two different definitions. We're going to fold into the pose because we can control that. Right? Y'all work too hard to just collapse into the pose. You did a lot of shit to build this foundation up. You don't want to give it up because we're going to build on this. We're going to keep moving it forward. So what happens here in pigeon, how we're going to move the hips a little more forward, is you want this left sit bone to be reaching back behind you, like to the wall behind you. This right sit bone is lengthening down. So it's asymmetrical, right? We're doing two different things, but look at the pose. It is asymmetrical. So we got to work a little different here. Then we want to keep breathing up out of our waist so our spine's nice and tall. Yep. And we keep our throat, the back of our neck, sliding to the ceiling, not letting our chin fall to the floor. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to work the twist, you're going to inhale, come up. We're going to twist this way. It goes against a little bit of the oblique sling or some of the other twists we do. So you want to take your right hand and go all the way across your body. Bring your elbow either in front of your foot or into the sole of your foot. When you push into the sole of your foot, you're kicking into your elbow. So you're trying to work both of them. Now, the common tendency is that the left hip is going to want to lift up. So keep your left hip rooting down. That's below the waist. Now twist the left side of the chest to the sky, right? That changes it a little bit. One more breath. When you're ready, inhale, come back to center. Take a breath. Lift the hips. Unwind that right leg back over the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, right knee to left elbow. Kick the leg out to the side. Spin to the inside of that left foot. Draw the left elbow back. Maybe reach up to the sky. Don't let your right ear fall to the floor. Keep your left ear reaching up to the sky. Maybe look up. We've been playing with lifting that right leg up. Maybe duck that right leg to the sky. Nice, y'all lower the leg and it's there. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind that right leg, reach it back over the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower it down. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Pigeon side two. So this time that left knee's nice and wide. That right knee's in line. Toes. If your toes are flat, you're extending out the pose. If they're curled, you're looking for more power. So if you feel like you're collapsing to the floor, curl your toes. It'll help you pull in a little bit more. When you're ready, right, hug in, build it up, and then if you want to fold, go for the fold. It's real easy when we go for the fold to let those legs go. So keep pushing down and hugging in. So you're ripping that front knee back and that back knee forward. There's a lot of power in pigeon. I know it seems like the hangout pose at the 3/4 mark, right? And I would used to think that too. But when you find muscle energy in your pigeon, it's going to open up the organic energy. That's how we're going to open up the back of the hip and down the back of the leg. So you're all back here right now, right? Feeling here. We're down the leg a little bit. Now, if you're going to stay here, stay here. It's not a right or wrong or better than the other, right? It's just where you're playing. You're going to work the twist, come up that halfway. You're going to take the left hand all the way across the body, in front of the foot or to the sole. Not a right or wrong, not a better than one. One's better than the other. It's where you're going to play. But you're going to push your hands together. Remember the fingertips and the knuckle pads? Push them together. Now start to open the right side of the chest towards the sky. Yes. Maybe start to look up the wall. Maybe start to look up to the ceiling, wherever your twist is going. One more breath. Control it as you inhale. Come back to center. Pause. When you're ready, lift the hips. Unwind that left leg back toward the ceiling and the wall knee. Pause. When you're ready, come forward, left knee to right elbow. Kick the leg out to the side. Spin to the inside of the right foot. Root that left shoulder back as you draw that right hand. Maybe reach it up to the sky. If you're going to lift that left leg up, hug it up to the ceiling. If the leg's up, nice, y'all. Lower the leg. Inhale, come back to center. Unwind that left leg back over the ceiling and the wall meet. And then next exhale, lower it down. Lower your knees. Come to a seated position. Nice. So we did a bunch of like twisting arm balances, I think, last week with y'all. I did a bunch of them. So let's touch back on Asta Vakrasana. Okay, so we're going to start seated and we're going to go to baby cradle, and this will give everybody a couple options on where you want to play. So you're going to bend your right leg and you're going to bring your left foot either into the crease of your elbow, or you're going to take your right hand underneath your ankle and your left hand underneath it. This is a position I can't put my knee in, so you won't see me do it on the side. But this is the idea, like this. So I could either be like this, or I could be like this. It's not a right or wrong. It's what's going to work for you. Sit up tall here. If you need to, you're going to sit on the blanket, right, or the bolster to help boost up a little bit. Whenever you sit on a blanket or a bolster, sit to the front of it. You're trying to tip off the front, is what really is happening. Breathing. Yep. Now, you can stay here if you want in baby cradle, right, side to side, as the name implies, or you take that left leg up, high up on your arm. You're going to squeeze your arm between your leg. Otherwise, it's going to slip off. You're going to place your hands down, just like downward dog. So they're outside of your shoulders, point your fingers straight forward, turn down. And take your right ankle, here, support. Top of your left. Now take feet to the outside of your hand. Yep. Bend both elbows as you wedge the inside of this left thigh on the back of the arm. This is what I always see with the right arm. This. You got to bend this one. Boop. Like chaturanga. Now I squeeze my legs together. And I take my shoulders back. You can see my face and hear my voice. I'm not struggling. This isn't an arm strength pose. It's an arm balance pose. Right? So when I hit that sweet spot, I don't want to use the word chill, but like, I'm not suffering. I'm hitting that sweet spot and I'm just kind of rocking in that neutral position. Right? That's supposed to be the idea here. Go ahead, Reese. Now squeeze your legs to the bricks. Yep. So you see the block, right? Are you trying to feed through? Is that using the block for? Yeah. So trying to lift up to feed the leg through. I've been working on some of that with y'all. The idea is that you really got to push down to get that to happen. Because you got to get like the hips up to unwind the leg. So like, I'll give you a chart for it, let's see. So I'm here, okay? I want to pull the knee to the elbow. See how I got to push down? Because I got to get that space. Now look, here's that cradle again. Now I'm going to come into Ekapada Kunyasana too. I'll try side two. Baby cradle side two. Remember, that's their practice. This is my practice. Right? You got to find what your practice is going to be. It's not always like we're all the same, but we're all a little different. Right? It's always going to be the play. That's what we honor. Right? You honor what your moment's asking you. With each breath is what? A new moment, right? Another chance. That's the idea. That little baby cradle. And then if you want to stay here, stay here. If you're going to work our Asta Vakrasana, lift up the leg, take the arm underneath, squeeze the arm between the leg. Place the hands down. Cross the left leg over the right, move the feet to the outside of the hand. Yeah, it's probably too much on that right shoulder. Bend both elbows. Yeah, keep that left shoulder rooting back. Don't let it fall to the floor. Yes, Sarah, now take your legs to the brick wall. Squeeze your legs to the brick wall. Straighten them out, straighten them out, straighten them out. Yes, keep going, keep squeezing. Yep. If you're going to unwind, go ahead and unwind it through. Ekapada Kunyasana 2 and back. Whatever it is. Awesome, y'all. All right. Quickly grab your mats. Find a spot on the wall. Just go upside down. If you've never tried Asta Vakrasana, right, and you like took your arm underneath your leg, success for today, right? That's further than you were last
We
practice.
can get two up here. Okay.
So if you're at home, you don't have a ball to kick up on. Just lay on your mat. Bend your knees. Place your hands behind your thigh. Reach your side, take a bunch of breaths, and then we'll be swapping it out. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. Okay? Some of you want to invert in the middle of the room. You're welcome to invert in the middle of the room if that's your flavor. No problem. There's plenty of room. I've had 50 plus of y'all up. There'll be plenty of room in here.
Still a little congested, I'm not sure how else I
If you're going to do downward dog or L pose, which is what I'm going to talk you all through, you can work underneath the sconces there. If you're going to kick up in the handstand, headstand, tripod, something like that, just make sure you're moving the leg. Okay, I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. If you want to work handstand, headstand, tripod, the twisting inversions would be wide-legged forward fold to legs wide to rotation. It would be tripod down to twisting throw. Okay, that's another one that y'all play with, wherever you want. Trina's walking around right now. Grab her with questions. Once I get everybody up, I'll walk around and then grab you with questions too. Okay? So if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. Like we've been in that low mountain. If you're going to work on your own, whenever you're ready. Alright, from all fours, hands and knees, take a breath. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step 1 foot up the wall, and then the 2nd foot up the wall. If your knees are bent, you're in downward dog inverted. If your legs are straight, you're in elbows. Here's the twist in the tripod with the legs. This one wider. This way up, this way. Yeah. Now rotate. Yes. Yeah, keep this down. Yeah, keep this down. Keep this down. Down. Yes. It is. It's hard to figure out. Maybe like a video or a mirror. Play around. We'll be here for a couple minutes. Play with a couple inversions. Arch foot. You're collapsing an arch. Yes, you want to make sure that. Yep. That's why I don't teach you to come back and come down and way down because that's expressive. And what I see in that's collapsing arch. Right? I tend to be more here and then I just pull my arch lift up. This is my bad one, so see how it came collapsed. So I gotta work here. This one's no problem. This is my left foot. So this is my stability. This is my mold. When you're down, elbows in your have a line with your shoulders. Here, so you lose all the power. As soon as you go like this, now you can go like this. Now you're integrated. If you want to try it.
I'm trying to get over the mental block. It's terrifying.
What is yoga asking from you right now? I talk about this almost every inversion. It's literally asking you to go ass over head and then be as calm upside down as this. Tadasana, mountain pose. That's a hell of a challenge, right? So right away, set yourself up for success. Be like, you know what, this is going to be kind of challenging. So what's the first thing you're going to do? Breathe. Right? Because you're going to hold your breath. It's going to be one of the misalignments. Breath, right? What's the next thing we're going to do? Set a foundation. Then what are we going to do? Engage. Start to hug in. Then what are we going to do? Express. If we go expression first, we've broken the outline. And that shit's in life. Right? When you walk up to someone, I don't walk up to Robin and start telling her my life story. Right? I walk up and I take a breath. I go, Then I set a foundation. Hi. Right? Then I express. My name's Larry. Right? Then I might be like, oh yeah, you know, serve, do yoga, the shit I'll start expressing. We've all opened our heart too early, right? We learn what happens that way. You gotta keep it all in balance. All right, so give yourself about 30 seconds or so. Finish up your inversions.
But it terrifies me.
And then we're gonna meet on our backs. Okay, we'll meet on our backs. It's like the natural progression of things, right? That's what we're trying to settle into. There's a natural progression of everything. Here we go. That's what we're going to follow. That's going to bring out our best self, right? You hear that shit in yoga all the time. Bring out your best self.
I'm just thinking about my best self.
All right, let's start on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. We're going to do 2 back bends, bridge and then wheel. I'll first talk you into bridge. The second one I'll talk you into wheel. But if you want to do 2 bridges or 2 wheels, or you want to do supported bridge where the brick goes under your sacrum, you're always welcome. You're not sure where that goes, call me over, I'll help you set it up. So, on our backs with knees bent, feet are on the floor, they're hips width apart, and they're parallel like train tracks. As you come up the body, start with the neutral pelvis. So your sacrum, that's right here, if you're not sure where it is the top of your pelvis. It's like the solid part. This should be rooted into the mat. So pull your belly button to your spine. Take your head and your shoulders back. Yeah. So there's our foundation. Now let's engage. So we're going to push it down into our heels. We're going to sweep our inner heels out. We're going to hug our shins in. We're going to pull our heels to our butt. We're going to keep the belly to the spine. We're going to keep the shutters closed. We're going to take our head and our shoulders back. Now we're going to express. Slowly lift the hips. Bridge. Yep. Take your shoulders under a little bit deeper. Yeah, wiggle them under. Some of you might want to clasp your hands. Go for it. Now, keep the power in your legs. Keep your belly button in and your shutters closed. Gently push your feet down and forward, and you're going to take that back bend right under the shoulder blades, right where the back bend should be in that thoracic spine. Let the knees reach forward. Let the upper palate of the mouth reach back. Let the throat open up. And then stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide. Let the knees touch. One hand on your heart. One hand on your low belly. Now on the second one, I'll talk you first into bridge and then wheel. But again, play wherever feels good to you. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Take the breath, set the foundation, start to engage. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips, come to bridge. You're going to stay in bridge, stay here. If you want to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Your pinky should be touching the edge of your mat. Hug the elbows in so they're in line with the outside of the shoulders, and then plug your shoulders back. When you're ready, push down and come up. If you need more length in the curve, lift your heels up. As that curve, that back bend lengthens, it's going to be a little more efficient, optimal. Stay engaged. When you're ready, lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If right hand was on your heart last time, left hand gets a turn. Opposite hand to your low belly. I love this part of practice. We have just literally flipped the energy, right? Our inversions, now our back bends. That's why you feel that like little vibration right now. You feel like that energy. And then open the knees, windshield wiper side to side. Next time the knees fall to the right, let them settle there. Open twist. we're still on side one. Inhale, come back to center, let the knees fall to the left. Keep the belly in, keep the shutters closed. When you lose your belly and your shutters and your twist is where we manipulate the ribs. Bless you. We're not looking for manipulation, right? We're looking for rotation. The rotating of the spine comes from your obliques and your spinal erectors. Inhale, come back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, make a couple small circles. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Hug those knees to your chest with the knees bent, lower your feet to the floor. Inhale the right leg up, cross the leg over. Yep. You're gonna let your hips scooch to the right a little bit as your knees are gonna fall towards the left. Keep your right shoulder rooted down. Stay with the belly, stay with the shutters. Keep hugging your knees towards your chest. Right? That's the action. And then you're gonna reach, so think of the seesaw. So from the sit bone now, it's gonna reach forward out in front of you. So the knees are pulling to your face, the sit bone's gonna reach away. That's how we get that organic expansion on the backside. Inhale, come back to center. Scooch back to the middle, which won't mind your legs. The scooch is only to keep you on your mat. Then left leg goes up, over, or whatever your side two is. The hips scooch to the left a little bit as the knees are gonna settle to the right. You're gonna root into that left shoulder. Sometimes the left shoulder peels up as you lower the knees. If that happens, take a big inhale up out of your waist, get that spine nice and tall, and then root the shoulder back into the mat. Next inhale, come back to center, unwind the legs, take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead, take a big stretch. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest, take your knees wide, come to happy baby. So knees are wide, wider than our shoulders. Sit bones are working down to the mat, so don't let them fly up to the sky, keep them rooting down. With the knees nice and wide, start to draw your knees towards your ears. And that's the opener in the back of the hip and the inside of the thighs. If you want to go hamstrings again, you can reach one leg out or both legs out. If you want to rock side to side, if that feels good. And then when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice group. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that you like. Here as we lay back, we let the legs stretch out, the feet gently roll open. We let the arms come along the sides. We take the shoulders back. We let that open palm turn to the sky. We let our head rest back. Maybe we let our eyes close. We let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. We allow the body to get heavy. The mind softens. We go back to the breath. To feel the exhale clear and remove and make that space as the inhale draws in the change. It's something new, something more in alignment, something more in tune, more in the flow. And the heart opens. The heart's going to get ready to move the practice from the mat to the yoga of life, the practice of life. There will be many challenges in the practice of life. We follow them just like we do here on the mat. We take that breath, we set our foundation, we engage, we express the best that we can in that moment. Always remembering with each breath, a new moment, another opportunity, another chance. Breath as it washes over the body, your toes to your fingers, crown of your head to your heart, reawakening that better version of yourself, ready for whatever challenge lies ahead. The fingers and the toes begin to wiggle, but the arms and legs begin to stretch or reach, moving in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly, consciously, being aware of each movement. Ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. Take your hands underneath your head, make a little pillow, and just take a couple breaths here as you reacclimate. Taking your time, moving slowly. You're ready, you can push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time, to seal in our practice, our time together with our Kula, our yoga family. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work, and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I vow. Through beautiful practice, awesome job today. You know, if you have any questions or anything, grab you before we go. Trina, thank you for your help. Grab either of us with any questions, something feels weird in your body, grab us. I look forward to maybe seeing y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, group.